and wishing you a warm welcome indeed from the beautiful land of Sicily. I'm so excited to be delivering this class for you so that you can receive the beautiful Mediterranean transmissions that come with this land. And this is particularly kind of important for our theme today, because something that I noticed whilst being here is that the feature of land and being connected to the land that you live on, the land that provides for us, the land that holds us, is a really important feature here. And I really wanted to sew that into the transmission of this practice for you and for your body today, for us to really and truly connect with the land that we are on and the land that our body is resting with, because of course today is our wind down class, which means that all of our postures will be grounded. Now, when we bring the tantric perspective into this, actually the earth element is, all of the elements are said to be a part of the natural body, that we are composed of this. And so that when we connect with the elements around us, we connect more deeply with the elements inside of us. And the same way that the earth holds us, the same way that our body will start to hold us as we connect in with this earth element. So really inviting this for us today, wherever we are, whichever land we're on, whether it's the one that we're born on, whether it's the one that we've traveled to, whether it's the one that we might not choose in this moment, but is the one that chooses us in this moment. So really just coming into a deep sense of trust in where we are landing and how we are landing today. So because we're working with the earth element, I'm really going to invite us to use some props. So if you have blocks, please bring blocks, 1 or 2. And if you don't have blocks, then please bring something that looks about this size. Some people use quite thick, like catalogs, or like stacking cushions as well can also help. And because we'll be in our knees and hips today, I'd really like us to bring in some blankets as well. So this can be kind of any size that you can just kind of fold up and help you. Also, if you do use a strap, we might come in a little bit, so you can have a belt or a tie or a scarf or something nearby. So just take a moment to get set up. Bring your props somewhere near to you, but not directly on the mat itself. And let's begin. So coming into your comfortable seat, just start to lower or close the eyes. Just allow the outside land and the outside perspectives to close for this moment. As you take your awareness to your inner land, your inner landscape, and take a scan from the top of this landscape, from the crown of the head, as you lift it a little further to the sky. And as you scan down, start to relax the shoulders. Feel the landscape, the canvas of the body, the head, the heart, and the pelvis, as they start to align as you scan further and further and further down towards the hips. And then from the hips, feeling your seat bones connected with the earth that you are on, the land that has called you to live upon. And feeling the legs start to soften as the weight moves into the earth. The legs soften, the feet soften, and the hands resting on the knees. Feeling this connection from the earth back up through the legs to the knees, from the hands, with energy, lifting the chest, broadening the shoulders, And coming into Sukhasana, a comfortable seated position. Bringing the hands, one hand to the heart center and one hand to the stomach. Just starting to connect with the tides of breath, almost like wind rolling across a land, and start to pull those winds, those deep breaths in, further now into the chest. And as you exhale, feel the exhale blow away, carry with the wind any stress, anything that you may be holding in the chest. And let's go for that again, inhaling down, blowing that wind into the chest. And as you exhale, softening the shoulders and allowing the wind, the exhale, to carry with it release. Start to pull this wind, this inhale, down into the stomach now, a little bit deeper than before. Feeling that wind rise into the stomach, that gentle breeze as it fills the stomach. And as you exhale, notice how the belly softens and that breeze carries with it away the stress in the body. Inhaling into the stomach. And exhale, softening the belly. Inhale a little further now, taking that breeze down, down, down into the pelvic floor, inhaling, just bringing even with your awareness, your breath and your attention to the pelvic floor. And connect back down with those seat bones, 2 seat bones into the earth. Feel the pelvic floor open and expand as you inhale. And as you exhale, squeezing that area between the genitals and the anus, this perineum, squeezing this area together and lifting the pelvic floor. Beautiful. As you inhale, relaxing the pelvic floor. It can help to imagine a red string tied between the 2 pelvic bones. So as you inhale, the string is straight and taut. And as you exhale, the string is pulling together. As you inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, the string is pulling open. And as you exhale for 5, 4, 3, the string is pulling together, the pelvic floor is lifting up. So this is Mula Bandha. Beautiful. Inhale, feeling the earth press into the pelvis as you open and expand the pelvic floor for 3, 2, 1. And as you exhale, pulling these red strings together, feeling the pelvic floor pull together. Beautiful. Just carry on like this for 3 more breaths at your own pace. Breathing in for counts of 5 and exhaling for counts of 5. And just feeling as you do this connection with your earth element in Muladhara, the root chakra, literally rooting down into the land that you are on. And as you exhale, kind of growing through this root from the earth, pulling it into the body, pulling this earth energy, this safe energy into the body. And taking that last round here. As you arrive into your body. Gently bringing the hands into the heart center to Anjali Mudra, pressing the hands at the heart center and allowing the thumbs to rest in the chest. And feeling 3 chants of Om. one to the land that you are living on, one to the ancestors of this practice, and one to yourself for standing and sitting here peacefully with commitment. Inhaling. Just observing any sensations of this vibration into the body. Just landing with the hands back down onto the knees. Gently tilting the chin down towards the chest and just allowing the back of the neck to grow long, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. Just taking that full deep breath back into the long side of the neck now. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, and just allowing the head to be heavy. Feeling the seat bones grounded, the feet connected to the earth. Beautiful. And gently start to lift the chin up now to the sky. Just allowing the jaw to relax. Bringing the hands onto the shoulders, crossing them over, just allowing the hands to rest there. Relax the jaw, allow the front of the throat to stretch, creating space in the pathway between the mind and the body for that gentle breeze, that cleansing wind to pass in and out of the body. And see if you can connect with that breath as you inhale, feeling it travel from the nose, down the throat, into the land of the body. And as you exhale this time, gently bring the head back into neutral. And just gently drop the hands down onto the knees. Beautiful. Opening the eyes gently. And let's really stay connected here with the earth and the seat bones. So we're moving quite in the hips today. So we'll start with some awareness really in this base of the spine. So moving with your weight forwards into your knees. We're going to start to rotate in the solar direction over to the right side. Imagining there's this kind of pole in the center from the seat bones upwards, and start to move and rotate the body around the center of this pole. Now you can make this as large or as small as you want. You can really connect with the movement first, just feeling how that is for your lower back. So kind of making this like a check-in for this area of the body before we start to work with it. And just choosing, connecting how you want to be with your body today. Feel free to lower or close the eyes to tune in around the area of the lower back and just seeing what does it need today. And once you connect with a rhythm, a cycle, a circle of movements with your body, start to connect with a circle, a cycle, a beautiful tornado, let's say, a wind of breath as it travels with you. And as you inhale, you're coming up and round, and as you exhale, you're coming back down and starting to create this stirring of energy. Because at the base of the spine lives our sensual energy, the Kundalini energy. Coiled, they say, as it translates to a coiled snake. And start to connect with that coil through the cycle of your breath. And through the cycle of your breath, connect in with the cycle of your energy, of your emotion. Where you're at today. And gently come back into the center. Just start to move in the lunar direction now. So over to your left side first. Again, feel free to stay connected with the eyes lowered or closed. And just feel that your seat bones are grounded into the earth as you move around this central channel, as you orbit around this central channel. And after you connect through the rhythm, the cycle of your body, remember too to connect with the cycle of your breath. That beautiful stir of tornado winds. You might be able to hear the gentle winds here. Connecting a little bit deeper now, back into any stirrings of emotion, of energy that might be coming up for you today through this practice. Just knowing whatever comes up, it's okay. And allowing with the breath the next gust of wind for it to come and then blow away. Beautiful. And just coming up into the center. Just staying seated for a moment with the eyes lowered or closed. And just taking a moment's pause, a moment's reflection, just to check into any sensations around the perineum, the lower back, anywhere else that you may feel the effects of this asana, this posture. Just take a deep breath to explore, and as you exhale, just gently opening the eyes once again. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and move into our hands and our knees. So we're going to just open through the arms a little bit first today. So if you have any sensitivities in the knees, we're in a wind down, so please feel free to take a blanket and place them under your knees. We are going to take the hands and turn them out to the sides. This might be enough. If you'd like to continue, you might want to turn the palms down and the fingers pointing down towards the knees. Feel that the knees are about hips width distance apart. And here you can, similar to that circle we were making, you can start to make some small circles. Just moving, directing the weight through the gravity, the connection with the earth to the hands, maybe in an unusual way, a new perspective than they might normally land. Move in the other direction also. Beautiful. And then if you'd like to, you might want to stay here. You might want to tuck your toes and gently just lift up onto the fingertips. So that's kind of bringing that length a little bit further down into the hands, still pressing the palms forwards, but lifting that kind of inner front part of the, let's say the chunky part of the hand, the thumb, off of the ground. Beautiful. And just allowing the chin to drop down. The toes are tucked behind you. The hips are sitting back. And feeling actually, this is one of the kind of setups for the lion posture. So start to feel how a lion would move across its land. Knowing, aware, and gently start to rest. Palms back down to the ground again. Beautiful. Just turn the hands back into the center now, and we're just going to work a little bit further down the body. So just stepping the hands forwards, moving the hips forwards. Take your inhale, press the feet down into the ground, and as you exhale, send the hips round in a circle. Start to open through the hips, sending the hips back down towards the feet, and then out over to that left side. So keep going like this, same as how we were connecting with those swirling circles, that swirling tornado of breath. Just see if you can connect too with that here. Just moving in a way that feels intuitive, to a size that feels intuitive, a circle that feels intuitive for your hips to move and to connect with an earth in a new and perhaps different way than we do in the everyday. And then coming into the center and moving over to the other direction. And this here, it's, it's fluid movement. We'll come to asana in a moment, but really just starting to lay the groundwork, or as a lovely teacher I know would say to me, oiling the joints. Oiling the joints before we start. Beautiful. Now coming into the center, please bring the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to step the right foot forwards. Again, it's quite nice to bring the blanket underneath the knee if you wish. Just pressing into that right foot. We're going to inhale, raise the hands. Just looking out in front of you. Press the back foot down into the ground and feel there, this little hello from your left hip flexor. So as you do this, pressing that foot into the ground, feel that the pelvis, if it's kind of tilting out and you're not feeling anything, feel, and you can even bring the left hand down onto this left hip. The pelvis starts to tilt into this left hand. Beautiful. That back foot is still pressing down. And you can return that left hand back up towards the sky. Choose a point to focus on and feel well and truly grounded through the feet, through the front of the legs, through the knees, through the big toe, the little toe, the heel. Lift the arches of the feet, relax the shoulders. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to join the hands together, inhaling. And as we exhale, we're just gently going to bend the elbows here and just allow this kind of stretch to form around the triceps, so underneath the arms. So hands are going to stay kind of pressing together, and we're going to stay focused, charging with this hip forwards and this hand back. Beautiful. Inhale, feeling up the belly. Feel that breath traveling down, that breeze of breath down into the stomach. And as you exhale, pressing the hips forwards, opening the heart, and perhaps starting to lift the chin. Beautiful. Taking that one more breath here, inhaling. And as you exhale, gently bringing the head back into neutral, unlocking the hands, and just gently bringing them here to the sides. Now, this can be a nice place to bring in your blocks. So you could bring in your blocks to the sides. Again, you may have something else that's around this size. And we're actually going to use the blocks here, just kind of on the mat to the sides, around the length of the feet. I'm just going to use the blocks first to lean forwards and feel this kind of more deeply now moving into this front left hip flexor. Now, this posture might not look like this for you. You may also feel the posture from up here, and you may feel that length forming. And that's a really, really key point, that the postures, it doesn't matter what they look like, as long as you're affecting the right area for you, for your body. And see if you can take your attention to this area of sensation. And it's an area that can, I'm not prescribing it to everyone, but it's an area that can hold some tightness. So if you feel that is manifesting for you here, an element of tightness, take your awareness to it and take a gust of breath to it. And with the exhale, feel that gust of breath softening and relaxing this area. Beautiful. Take a few more breaths like this, bringing your full awareness again. Feel free to lower or close the eyes. And with the exhale, softening and taking that gust of breath, that exhale to soften, to sweep away some of that tightness or that stress or whatever might be held there. One more breath. Beautiful. Now gently start to lift the hips away and start to walk the blocks back with you. So from here, it depends how you feel. There's a few options. So you can tuck the toe behind you. Again, if there's any sensitivities on the knees, take your blanket, place it underneath your knees. So we're going to take a little bit of a walk because we're kind of in the beginning of our practice. So we're just going to start to kind of rock back and forth on the blocks. And again, there are three kind of levels to your blocks. So the first level is up here, and that might work better for you. The second level is like so. And the third level is flat down, like so. So you can really, as we kind of move through the postures, choose which one is right for you. And you might start to feel this now, this little hello forming as you hinge from the heel of the foot, a little hello forming from the hamstrings. So this is all really intimately connected, kind of any sensations we feel around the lower back, around the hips, really is very connected through the hamstrings and the kind of length that we have in our hamstrings. Alrighty, so you might feel now ready to take that seat back onto the back heel and to bring the blocks back with you a little bit. Inhale and lift the chest, point the toes up. And as you exhale, you might wish to start bending through the elbows. Take this as a little flow. Inhale, lift the chest, feel this wind flowing up the body. And as you exhale, bend through the elbows and go, if the space allows it, a little bit further. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the chin, unfurl the head. And exhale, fold through the elbows. Beautiful. If that back toe is saying, ouch, feel free to take it flat, sit back onto the hips. See if you can go for 2 more breaths. Exhale as you come down. Beautiful. Inhale as you fold up. And just taking that final flow. And perhaps you do come back flat now. Just taking that back foot down and releasing. And you might wish to then walk your blocks, or if you're not using blocks, your hands forwards a little bit. And again, just see how that feels for you. If, for example, the leg is more bent here, keep it bent. You might wish to use the blanket. Keep it bent and fold into it with the bent leg. Try not to over or hyperextend the base, the back of the leg, okay? So add a little micro bend, keep yourself safe, and extend. As you exhale, fold. Just coming into a more static posture. And the same way we were opening and folding with the body, do the same, but stay still now. And open the body through the breath, feeling it travel down. And as you exhale, feel the flow, allowing space through into the body as you fold. As you inhale, feel it fill into the breath. As you exhale, fold. Just taking one more round here, inhaling. And as as you exhale, gently bringing yourself back into the center. So just moving your blocks here and placing your hands down. Just going to take a little recovery posture. So we're going to actually keep the knees together and just come back into a seat. You might wish to take a blanket and place it underneath your legs. Depends how it feels for you for child's pose. You might wish to, as we're in wind down, take a block and or a pillow and just place it somewhere for your head to rest. Walk your hands forwards, inhale. And as you exhale, just allow your elbows to rest down and move so that the top of the eyebrows are resting on the block or the pillow and the full forehead is resting down onto your prop. Just feel that weight start to lift off the center of the head. Feel the weight start to lift off the neck. And start to breathe generously into the space between the shoulders. And as you exhale, feel a softening of the chest into the legs. And a softening then of the legs into the earth. As you inhale, flow with your breath down the spine into the back of the chest. And as you exhale, feel the body fold into the stomach fold into the legs fold down into the earth. Just allowing your elbows to rest to the sides, the palms flat. Stay with this breath for a few more. Just allowing with each breath the body to sink further and further down into the ground. Beautiful. And then with your next inhale, gently start to unfurl the head, slowly lifting the head, coming back up into seated. Alrighty, let's go ahead, take this blanket out from underneath us. I'm just going to place this underneath here for my knees on this side. If you didn't do it before, if you want to try it out on this side, then feel free to do so. So we're going to start again, bringing the blocks to the sides of the mat. And we're going to step that left foot now to the center. Alrighty, so we're going to start here, pressing that back foot down into the ground. And we're going to inhale, rising. Hands are going to come up towards the sky. Beautiful. Press that back foot into the ground. Feel the right hip coming forwards. And not coming forwards in terms of towards the front of the mat, actually staying quite still with the posture, but maybe bringing that right hand down to the right hip and pressing the pelvis into the right hand. Beautiful. Feel that left hand rise, that right hand rise. Stay, the feet planted into the ground, big toe, little toe, arch of the foot lifting. Everything is quite engaged here. Now bringing the hands together, inhaling. Lifting to the sky, and as you exhale, bend the palms flat together behind you. Feel the elbows pointing up to the sky. A little bit of length starting to form down the sides of the body and perhaps down those triceps as well. Inhale, feel that gust of wind, that strength of the wind traveling down into the stomach. And as you exhale, squeeze the belly in and help the breath to travel back up. Beautiful. Let's bring Muladhara. Inhale, feel the breath traveling down, down, down. Now into the pelvis. Pelvis flowering open, strings opening. Beautiful. And as you exhale, feel the strings pulling together, the breath traveling back up the body. Wonderful. Gently bring the inhale and take the hands up to the sky. And as you exhale, settle the hands down to the blocks. Beautiful. Alrighty. So from here, we're going to start to make our lean forwards. So this time we are moving forwards. Before we were up straight, but this time we're going to keep the blocks forwards and we're going to start to lean forwards. Alrighty. So again, if you're not using blocks, you can also use fingertips. Also helps, right? You can use a stack of cushions. Whatever you have nearby that gives you a little bit of length. Now lower or close your eyes, and please bring your attention to any areas of the body that have sensation in, that might be trying to express a message through this sensation. Press that back foot down into the ground, almost as if you're trying to lift that knee off of the ground, but you're not. But that sensation is there with that press. Beautiful. And into that right hip flexor. Forget what it looks like. Just stay with the sensation. Take your awareness there and take your breath there. And as you exhale, allow this gust of wind, this exhale, to take with it any stress, anything that may no longer be needed. Beautiful. Inhaling into this area. And exhale, taking with it any rubbles, any doubt, any stress. Last round of breath, please. Squeezing the belly in, drawing those strings together. Beautiful. Gently and slowly open the eyes and just start to lift the hips away. You might want to bring the blocks a little bit further back now. Tuck the back toes here. And let's start that kind of moving asana, that moving posture, backwards and forwards. So just feeling into any space that may form in that right hip. You can test also the lengths of your block, of your props. Really seeing that this is your own practice, and you can really tailor it to how your body is feeling from day to day, from week to week. Alrighty, so you might wish to stay in static if it's feeling particularly tight in your hamstrings today. You might wish to just stay in, moving. You might wish to stay in a static position, just planting your blocks to the sides, keeping that back toe tucked. And we're going to take a few flows of breath, remembering up and down as we did before. So as we inhale, straightening through the arms, lifting the chest, plant that right heel down into the ground and pull the toes towards the body. And as you exhale, bend through the elbows. Remember, micro bend that left knee. Don't try and lock it out here just yet, okay? Or ever. Inhale, feel the breath traveling up the body, unfurl the spine, make this a flow. Exhale, bending through the elbows, surrendering down towards the leg, going a little bit deeper if the space allows. Inhale, feeling up. And exhale and fold. Beautiful. 2 more at your own pace. And fold. Beautiful. Last round. This time, with the exhale, you might wish to take that back foot flat and move into a seat on the heel. And as you fold and you choose a place to work with and stay. Still staying with that flow, that cycle of breath, that kind of in and up and that exhale and down, but actually staying still with the body and just allowing this same process to happen, but with the breath. So allow that fold to come from the winds of the exhale. Beautiful. 2 more breaths here. Last round. Beautiful. Very gently start to lift the head. Come back onto that left leg. Walk the blocks forwards, take the knees back, and we'll go for a little different variation now. We're going to take the knees wide, keep the feet together, and we're going to sit the hips back. Again, if you wish to take up the blanket and move it underneath your hips or underneath your legs, if you feel that sitting back is not comfortable, please feel free to do so. We're going to turn the props that you might have, 1 or 2, and you can either place it at the front if you're using one, you can place them at the side, and we're just going to open a little bit further now into the hips. So we're going to inhale, prepare, and as we exhale, the palms are flat onto the blocks, and you're just going to allow the chest to move down towards the ground. Either the chin or the forehead can move to the ground, depends on what feels more comfortable to you. I recommend the forehead just to keep that kind of crunch from happening at the back of the neck. As you inhale, feel the breath traveling down, a little bit of extra space here around the rib cage. And as you exhale, feel the breath taking with it any resistance as the posture begins to sink from anahata, the heart space, down to the ground. Inhale, feeling the chest rise. And exhale, feeling the chest fall. Inhale, feeling the chest rise. And exhale, feeling the chest fall. 2 more, just like this. Beautiful. On the next inhale, gently start to lift the head. Move your weight back into your hands and just gently move your blocks away or whatever props you're using. Alrighty, so I'm going to show you the next posture. You can stay seated where you are, I just want to stay facing you. So you're going to come into your tabletop. I'll show you from here. And you're going to take the right leg and place it in front and then back. And then from here, just taking that back foot to the sides, you're going to start to come back into your seat. So we're preparing here for eagle. Now, if you have any sensitivities in your knees, I recommend doing this one leg at a time, just by taking one leg out at the sides and taking one leg to the inner thigh, okay? But if you're feeling that you can stack your knees today, then go ahead and do that. So we've got the right leg down and we've got the left leg over the top, just seeing if we can stack the knees. If you feel that this is quite, it's an opening, right? It's a real opening for this left hip. We need to really have these hips landing into the earth, right? This is our theme. We need to stay grounded into the earth. So if one is kind of hanging out here and one is hanging out there, roll up your blanket and use it to help you sit down into that left hip. Alrighty. So from here, lower or close the eyes. Bring the hands out in front of you. Feel the seat bones grounded down into the earth. Feel the crown of the head lifted to the sky. Feel the head, the heart, the pelvis all aligned. And bring the right hand underneath and the left hand on top. So where the elbows crease, that's where the arms are meeting. Now, from here, bend through the elbows and either take your back of your hands, like the fingers to the back of the hand and press the hands together. Or if it feels available to do so, take that right hand and wrap it around that chunky part of the thumb, the left thumb. Okay, so you come into Garudasana, the kind of eagle arms. Alrighty, so we have Garudasana arms, we've got Gomukhasana hips, so cow hips, eagle arms, all happening here. Alrighty, so let's stay connected now. Feel the seat bones grounded down into the earth. Inhale, lift the crown of the head to the sky. Exhale, travel with the breath. Beautiful. As you inhale now, feel the pelvis. Remember that practice, feel the pelvis flowering open into the ground. And as you exhale, pull those strings together and pull that root from the earth into the body. Lift the pelvic floor. Beautiful. As you inhale, feel that earth flowing down. Feel the breath pressing down into the pelvic floor pressing into the earth, these kind of roots growing from the body. Beautiful. And just how the nutrients are sucked from the earth through into the plant. We're going to exhale and draw the pelvic floor together, drawing in those nutrients in from the pelvic floor, from the earth. Beautiful. And send that energy back up through to the crown of the head. Now we're going to move the arms with this one. Inhale, travel down to the base of the body, open the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, squeeze the pelvic floor, draw the hands now up towards the sky. You might start to feel that opening through the back of your shoulders. Feel the elbows start to press together, the arms press together, the back of the shoulders opening. Inhale, flowing with the breath. Keep going. And exhale, bending through, not bending, but drawing the pelvic floors together. Beautiful. Last round. Inhale, flowing with the arms up, as much up as is possible, as is open for you. And as you exhale, this time we're going to invite the exhale for the body to start to draw forwards. So this might be super intense, okay? So options here. Options are, first option, I suppose, an advanced option is that you would continue down to the ground, and please use your breath to help you get here. It might not happen all at once. The second option is that you unlock your arms and you take the fingertips out to the side, come up on the fingertips, or use your blocks underneath the palms. And just allow the chin to tuck down towards the chest. Feel that little bit of extra weight hinging forwards, and just ask yourself the question, what is this doing for my body right now? Where am I feeling this in my body? And feel the inhale now, traveling back down the back of the spine. And as you exhale, feel Mula Bandha, feel that contraction of the perineum, and feel the chest softening into the leg softening into the other leg, and the other leg softening into the ground. Beautiful. Inhale, back of the chest, feel the layers of your body. From the skin down into the ribs, down into the lungs, down into the stomach, down into the legs down into the earth. Allow the head to hang heavy. And taking that one more round of breath, follow the layers of your body. Beautiful. Gently start to lift the head, and just walking the hands back in towards us. Alrighty, so we're going to unlock the leg, and we're going to come into a little bit of a deeper stretch now. So for this one, I really invite you to bring the blanket underneath your knee, and to bring a block or 2 blocks or whatever props you're using to create some height at the front. You might just bring both just to see, because you can adjust as you go. So from here, so you're coming into your tabletop position, knees about hips width distance apart, right? So bring the right knee into the center, and then the left foot is going to step out to the side, right? This is the one that we have just used. Now, you're going to place the left hand down into the center, and you're going to inhale, the right hand is going to come up towards the sky. Beautiful. Keep that left foot pressing down into the ground, and see where you feel that affecting the left hip. See if you can tuck the back toes. It really helps for stability in this, and feel you can lean back a little bit into that foot. Beautiful. Now this may be enough here. If this is enough for you, please stay, and please stay focusing on the breath. Inhaling. And if you want to travel as you exhale, remember, thread the needle. So you take that right hand and you thread it underneath the other one. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching up. And as you exhale, flowing down. Maybe reaching a little bit further. Inhale as you come up. And exhale as you flow down. This time, if you would like to, you can place that right shoulder down, and you can bring the block or the prop to allow your head to rest down onto it. You may have enough space to go down into the earth. Otherwise, please use your props. They are extensions of the land that you are on, right? They help us to feel safe in our practice. With this left hand option, to take the left hand up to the sky and to take that bind, so to take the palm, to wrap it around the waist. And inhale now into anywhere that you are feeling length and sensation. And as you exhale, allow the breath to travel and to take with it any stress. As you inhale, feeling the breath flowing to the places with your intention and with your attention. With the exhale, please, if the arm is tucked behind the back, start to fold that left shoulder up. Beautiful, just staying with this. And if at any point you feel, okay, this is enough for my body, please return to Balasana, the child pose, or any suitable meditative position, just to restore your balance. Relax the head, relax the shoulders, relax the fingertips. Inhale down into the base of the body. Exhale, trust and fold into the earth. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more. Beautiful. Gently releasing that left hand back to the earth. And inhale, bringing the right hand back up to the sky. Beautiful. Gently rest the hands down. And we're just going to come into a restorative position just to release the shoulder, release the legs. So you're just going to come to lay down on the front of the body and just allow the hands to come into Makasana, Crocodile. So one hand snaps in front of the other. And just rest the forehead down onto the hands. And allowing here, still in these moments of pause, yes, they are rest, but they are also integration. So just to see how this previous posture affected you physically, emotionally, energetically. Alrighty. So gently start to lift the head again, please. And take the hands underneath the shoulders, lift the hips away from the ground. And we are going to go in the other direction now. So we're going to lift that right leg. We're going to place it in front and we're going to sit back down into the ground. Alrighty. So just feeling if this is the same leg for you, if this is a different leg for you. Sometimes they can get mixed up, right? When we're practicing with the mirror view. Just see if that's the right hip for you, the one that feels tighter than the other one, okay? Remember, if this right hip is up, then you can roll a blanket, you can take a block, and you can just place it there so that you have a connection to the earth, your land, right? Alrighty. So if you are sensitive in the knees, then you switch sides. You take the right leg out, and you keep the left leg in. Okay. Alrighty. Take a moment to ground down into the earth. You can also take it cross-legged if it feels more comfortable. Ground down into the earth, lower or close the eyes, and feel the seat bones connecting down to the ground. Lift through the crown of the head. Inhale and feel that breath travel down the body. This Tantra Yoga is really working in the energetic system of the body. Beautiful, traveling down to the pelvic floor, connecting to those red strings. And as you exhale, like the roots of a tree, picking up those strings, picking up those nutrients and lifting it, picking that energy up. Lift the pelvic floor as you travel with the breath back up and out of the body. Beautiful. Inhale, flowing down, that breath trickling down the back of your body. Beautiful. And exhale, taking that lift of the pelvic floor up the roots from the earth, up the body. Beautiful. Inhale, one more, taking the hands down. Beautiful. And inhale, lift the hands up. This time the left hand will go over the top, the right hand will come underneath, and we'll bend through the elbows, and either taking the palms, the back of the hands back to back, press them together, or wrapping the right hand around that chunky part of that left thumb. Okay, so connect back down, inhaling, going same practice with the pelvic floor, inhaling. But this time with the exhale, as well as contracting the pelvic floor, we start to lift through the elbows. So as you lift through the elbows, start to squeeze through the elbows. Beautiful. Then you might pause, and you'll inhale, feel a pause for reflection, a pause for space, a pause between your thoughts. Whenever you exhale, pick those nutrients back up from the earth and lift through the arms. Beautiful. Breathing across that space at the back of your chest. Inhaling. And exhaling. Feeling the hips settle and sink. Feeling the hands rise. Beautiful. Take that last round of breath, please. Feel the press of the elbows, the press of the arms, the space of the shoulders. Alrighty, and very gently start to lower down the arms, lower down the hands, unlock. Alrighty, so we're going to unlock this right leg, and again, maybe bringing your props back in just to prepare. You might use 2 blocks. So coming back into your tabletop. Now, we're going to take the right leg out to the side this time, and this time it's going to be the right hand that's in the center, and we're going to inhale, the left hand is going to come up. Beautiful. And just take a moment to pause here, press that right hand down into the earth, tuck the back toes and tuck them for stability, and just see, where is this posture affecting you? Where do you feel this? How can you feel more steady, connected to the ground, connected to the earth? Inhaling. Option to stay. Exhale, fold, thread the needle. Left hand comes down underneath the arm. And inhale, take that hand back up, press into the other hand. Exhale, taking the left hand down. And inhale, taking the left hand up. Beautiful. This time, as you exhale, left hand comes down towards the ground, and we might actually reach it down there and bring something for our head to rest on. Beautiful. That right hand might stay planted down into the ground, or that right hand might inhale and travel up. And as we exhale, it might wrap around the left side of the waist. Just take a moment to get set up in this wind down practice. The first section is setting up the pose. The second section is moving into stillness. And then the third section is really where that magic starts to happen. Through the structure, through the stillness. Start to allow the breath to travel to the spaces that are communicating with sensation. And as you exhale, allow the soft exhale to sweep away with it any resistance. Relax the knee, relax the shoulders, relax the head, relax the arm. Stay flowing with your breath. Beautiful, and very gently take the inhale and bring that right hand back down to the ground. Press it down and left hand comes back up to the sky. Alrighty, gently. Left hand comes down and just come down with the legs. So we will find our counter pose now. And we're going to do counter pose seated now. So if you can take your seat here. Option again, if you'd like to, you can take a block and place a block underneath the hips to sit on, especially if that feels uncomfortable for the front of your ankles. You can also take your blanket, your trusty blanket, and place it underneath the hips. And just take a moment here in this seated posture, connecting with the seat bones, palms facing down to the ground, head reaching up to the sky, shoulders relaxed. Just taking a moment here to pause, to reflect, to let go. And to perhaps in this space of reflection, when the nervous system is calm, to start to set an intention for this new cycle as new moon skies graced us this last night. How are we going to turn up in this next month? What are we inviting in? Bringing your hands into the heart center, just placing one on top of the other. Connecting with the beats of your heart. And breathing with your intention, perhaps if it's still forming, just staying with this patiently. Breathing with the hands into the heart. And just trusting your connection with your land. Trusting how it will hold you through this month. And gently opening the eyes in the same way that we might plant a seed, right, down into the earth that we nourish and that we treasure. Taking this seed from the heart, this intention, and just planting them down in the ground behind you. You may wish to use a block. You may wish to come down from the block that you're seated in. I'm going to stay up here for today. Now, take a moment to lower or close the eyes. Stay connected with this intention from your heart. Remember, your seeds are planting down through your hands. Inhale, connect, say it in your heart, envisage it in your mind, embody it. And as you exhale, turn your shoulders back, squeeze the shoulders together and press your heart forwards, taking the heart forwards towards the front of the mat. Beautiful. Stay connected. Inhale down into the chest, down into the stomach. Breathe down into the pelvis. And as you exhale, squeeze the pelvis, engage Mula Bandha, the navel center. And bring with you that wind. Lift the chin, relax the jaw. If it feels comfortable to do so, relax the head back. And connect now with that easy wind, that easy breeze. And it passes through the front of the body. Stay connected with your intention. Feel yourself grounded into the earth. And gently start to lift the head, bring it back towards the chin, and come back up into seated. Feel free to stay seated on your block, feel free to remove it if you wish, and just take a moment's reflection, palms facing up this time, lower or close the eyes. Just check into any sensation in or around the body. Feel soft hands relaxing your shoulders. And gently plant the hands down in front of you, moving your block or your blanket across the legs. We're going to just slide on down onto the back. And just find a place to plant your heels, your feet down, and lay down onto the back. Feel the feet about hips width distance apart. And take the hands wide, like a T-shape. And we've really worked down to the hips today. So let's take just this last few moments to release and to nourish and to plant down into our earth. Feel the lower back, Muladhara, the root chakra, firmly in the earth. And as you inhale, travel down with your breath to this area. And as you exhale, take the legs, the knees over to the right side. Perhaps feeling a length through that left hip flexor. Press the left hip towards the right hand. Send your breath and travel with it to any areas that might be asking for it. Inhale as you come up with the knees. Feel a massage travel across that base of the spine. And as you exhale, bend the knees in the other direction. And this time press that right hip towards the left hand. A little press of that right foot can help to do so. Travel with your breath into any areas that are lengthening. And as you exhale, allow it to sweep away any resistance. Inhale as you travel, bringing your knees back up into the center. Beautiful. Just gently bringing the hands up towards over the head, interlace the fingers and turn them away from the head. Inhaling. And as you exhale, pick the feet up, interlace the fingers and take them around the calves or the shins. Relax the shoulders. Feel yourself small, hugging into a ball. Whole spine connected to the earth. As you inhale, feel the breath traveling into the belly. And as you exhale, feel a press of the hands into the legs into the stomach into the spine, and the spine into the ground. Feel more deeply connected with the land that you live in. Inhaling, feeling up. And as you exhale, hugging in the chest, the knees, into the spine into the ground. Last round, inhaling. Exhale, hug yourself in, hug yourself. The same way that you might hug someone that you love, that you haven't seen in a really long time, and hug yourself as you come back to the earth. Beautiful. On this next inhale, release the hands, release the legs, and find yourself in Savasana, a comfortable laying down position where you can take a few moments to integrate this practice. Stay with the eyes lowered or closed. If you'd like to place a blanket underneath your Legs, feel free to do so. Just start to relax each part of the body as we go through it. Imagining a soft breeze caressing through each part and bringing your awareness there. And whenever you exhale, allow the space in the body that you travel to connect even deeper with the earth. Starting down with the heels. Connecting the heels with the earth and allowing them to hang heavy, with the feet resting to the sides. Soften through your calves. Relax your kneecaps. Feel, before you release the thighs, feel, how are they? Bring your awareness to this area, maybe even give them a little squeeze. As you inhale, squeeze, and as you exhale, soften the thighs, melt into your land, into your earth. Bring your attention to your hips, where we have worked and where the earth has really held us today. And allow it, with the inhale, a little squeeze. The buttocks squeeze, the pelvic floor squeeze. And as you exhale, soften into the hands of the earth. Relax the buttocks, relax the pelvic floor. Mula Bandha is no longer locked. The root chakra, Muladhara, is connected to the earth, the lower back. Feel a gust of wind traveling down into the stomach. And as you exhale, soften the stomach. Allow the wind to catch with it anything that remains, that is no longer serving you, your body, your spirit. Inhale and travel with this same notion, this gust of wind, into the heart. Feeling up, feel the ribs expand. Get your awareness underneath your ribs, into your back. And as you exhale, feel that wind, taking with it anything that we might be holding on to here. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows, connect the back of the hands into the earth. Feel the whole spine relax. And feel the back of the head heavy. Feel the throat relax. And allow the jaw to soften. Allow the cheeks to soften. Allow the eyes to soften. Allow the forehead to soften. Allow the crown to soften. Allow the mind to soften. And allow a gentle breeze to caress through the body. And then exhale to take away with it anything that remains. Stay connected to this gentle breeze. And gently inviting this breeze a little bit deeper again. Gently start to roll the head from side to side and roll over onto your right side, bending your knees and connecting your left hand to the ground. Gently press the left hand down into this earth which has held us through this practice. And start to return back to Sukhasana, that same comfortable seated position that we began in. And feel free to take a seat on a blanket or a block if this feels more comfortable. We'll end with a short pranayama. This is a box breath. So counting the same amount of seconds for each inhale. After the inhale, we hold the breath at the top. Then we exhale for the same amount of counts. And at the end of the exhale, we stay in kumbhak, which means a breath retention. So we hold the breath after the exhale for the same amount of seconds. And then we inhale and we start again. Let's do this together. Inhaling fully for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the breath for 3, 4, 2, 1. Exhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale last time. And exhale fully. Gently joining the hands together at heart center. Feeling this connection to your seat and to your land, wherever that may be. And feeling a connection to your inner landscape, which is with you wherever you go. sending 3 chants of Om Shanti 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 across this land. Inhaling. Connecting back with the intention of your heart and sending this charge from the heart through the hands up to the head with a final breath in and a full connection, a full devotion to the land which holds us. Exhale, and gently bowing to close our practice. Thank you. Thank you. So I hope you enjoyed this new format from this new space. We'll be Sunday flowing together also. So stay connected, please reflect in the group. Let me know how you found this practice, how you found this transmission from this space, from Sicily. And let me know which land you are connected to and how you're connected to it in the group. I'd love to know. Lots of love.